Hey guys, I'm reading the GollyWhopper Games Chapter 12. We're on page 133. Lavinia crept her index finger under the flap of the envelope. "Rip it!" Rocky shouted. Lavinia jumped, sending the envelope airborne. Gil snatched it before it landed. Puzzle number 2. "My coat keeps me the warmest during this January freeze," bragged Tracy. If the above sentence equals zebra, then what does the following sentence equal? The pain in Matthew's elbow lingered through the month of March. Move to table number 2, directly behind the piñatas. The only thing directly behind the piñatas was one camera person, a pair of 4-foot dice, and an even larger cup and saucer. "Who stole table number 2? said Rocky. "Gil?" Gil spun around, ready to glare. Instead, he shot out his arm alongside Rocky's ear. He pointed. "Behind," Gil said. "Depends on where you're standing. Turn around." Green lights blinked on the other side of the piñatas. All 5 ran to the table and gathered around the 3 boxes. "My first calendar, I want to be a doctor, and bowling buddy." "Oh, great," said Bianca. "I thought I knew this one, but they don't have a math game on the table. There should be a math game." Gil knew he shouldn't take time to ask. Why would there be a math game? The sentences are supposed to equal something. Isn't that math? "Yeah," said Rocky. "I've never seen math like this." "Maybe it's not math," said Gil, exhaling. Rocky exhaled louder. "But they say equal." "The sentences," said Lavinia, "don't need to equal anything mathematically. Logically speaking, if you assign numerical values to the letters according to their positions in the alphabet, the letters in the sentence will add up to more than the letters in the word zebra." Rocky snickered. "What'd she say?" If there was such a thing as a funny nightmare, Gil was in it. If it's not math," Bianca said, "what is it?" "It's boring," said Thorne. Bianca stuck her tongue out at him. "If you'd help us figure this out, maybe you wouldn't be so bored." Rocky slapped her on the back. "Good one, Bianca." 3 TV cameras captured the whole scene. Gil wished the cameras could capture the 3 of them and ship them off to Neptune. Gil turned his attention to the puzzle, now in Lavinia's hand. "Okay," he said, trying to steer them back. "My coat keeps me the warmest during this January freeze," bragged Tracy. What could possibly lead us to the word zebra? "I've only been able to rule out things," said Lavinia. "The sentence does not remotely concern a zebra. Zebras don't live in climates with January freezes." "But last January I went on an African safari, and we saw a zebra," said Thorne. "I don't believe they had you in mind when they designed the puzzle," Lavinia said. Gil smiled. "Go, Lavinia." They stood in silence, staring at the paper. "What you said before, Lavinia? That the sentence isn't about zebras?" "This could be a stretch," Gil said, "but the second sentence mentions March, part of a calendar. So maybe we shouldn't pick my first calendar. So it also talks about elbow pain. So maybe we shouldn't pick I want to be a doctor either." Lavinia rubbed her neck. "You're implying that because the sentence doesn't mention bowling, that's the answer? But I can't buy that. The first puzzle literally spelled out the solution." "Yeah," said Gil, "I thought that was a stretch." "No, it's a joke," said Rocky. "We're wasting more than penalty minutes looking at this. Let's pick bowling now." "No," said Gil. "You heard the rules. If we mess up, we need to start." "Shh," said Lavinia. "I'm onto something. I was looking for letter patterns." "Get to the point," said Rocky. Lavinia stopped, closed her mouth. "Forget him," said Bianca. "Keep going." "Look at this sentence," Lavinia continued. "My coat keeps me the warmest during this January freeze," bragged Tracy. "It contains all the letters in the word zebra." Gil blinked. The letters popped at him right there, all the letters together. "Look, between freeze and bragged. Slide the 2 words together and find the word in the second sentence already," said Rocky. Gil and Bianca read together. "The pain in Matthew's elbow lingered through..." "Bowling," said Bianca. Rocky grabbed the box. "That's what I was going to open 10 hours ago." "Cool," said Bianca. "Elbow and lingered together. I mean, how did someone think that up? Those Golly people must be really smart. You too, Lavinia, for figuring it out. Of course you were the one to first notice bowling." "I was, wasn't I?" That's so sweet, said Rocky, mimicking their voices and mangling the bowling buddy box to get at the envelope. But now, he said, his normal tone returning, stop gabbing like a bunch of old ladies and come look at this stunt. Stunt number 2. It's 1, 2, 5 strikes, you're in. Just find the giant white bowling pin. They raced toward the rear of the room where the bowling pin, at least 10 feet tall, swayed from the ceiling over a regulation bowling lane. Instructions dangled. Stunt number 2. Let's go bowling. Your goal. You must knock down all the pins 5 times. As in regulation bowling, you must stand behind the red foul line when you roll the ball. Unlike regulation bowling, you may roll as many balls as it takes to knock over all the pins. As in regulation bowling, the pins will reset automatically. Unlike regulation bowling, your best bowler can do most of the bowling, but each of you must knock down at least 5 pins. I bowl, said Gil, shoving the rules into his pocket. Who else bowls? I do, said Rocky. I bowled once at a birthday party in 1st grade, Lavinia said. It wasn't that difficult. Good, said Thorne, sitting down. This is the first bowling thing I've seen. I've been bowling, but I'm terrible, said Bianca. Can I go first and get it over with? Go, said Gil. It'll be easier to knock down your 5 when all 10 are standing. When Rocky or I will take over after that. Bianca walked to the foul line with one of the 5 green balls and stuck her fingers into its holes. She swung the ball back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then she released it. The ball sailed into the air and landed 6 feet down the lane with a thunk. Oh no! What's wrong, Bianca? Asked Gil. Your ball's going straight. Watch, watch. 7! It's not that. I broke a nail. Big deal, said Rocky, already posing, ball in hand. He took the classic 4-step approach and thundered the ball down the lane, toppling 2 more pins. Not waiting for his ball to return, he picked up another and rolled it, wiping out the last pin. Great, Rocky! Gil patted him on the back, then plopped a ball into Thorne's lap. Thorne turned it around a few times. Which fingers go where? No time for a lesson, said Rocky. Just get up there and go. Thorne heaved the ball at the pins. It bounced twice and skipped into the gutter. He tried another. Gutter. Another. Gutter again. I've got a really, really good idea, said Bianca. Do it the kid way. Excuse me, said Thorne. Rocky grabbed the ball from Thorne and thudded it behind the foul line. Now straddle the ball and shove it from behind. Thorne did, and the ball wobbled, creeping down the lane, trying to decide to go straight or veer left. Before it got to the pins, Rocky thunked down a second ball. Don't wait, go again. Thorne shoved it too. All 5 of them stood there for what seemed an eternity, waiting for the balls to strike. Hey, Rocky, said Gil. Something looks strange to you? Yeah, I've never seen a ball move that slowly. Gil shook his head. I mean down there, down the lane, see? I see he knocked down 3 pins, and that second one is gonna hit more. Yay, Thorne, Bianca said. 6, you're done. My turn again. Rocky grabbed the ball and rolled. By the time he hit 3 more, he had another ball in his hands. Wait, said Gil. Something looks strange. Your face. Gil ignored him. There's tons of markings on the lane. They always have those arrows so you know where to aim. Rocky, said Gil, look again. This one has too many, and they're circles, not arrows. Let me see. Rocky put down the ball and started running up. Stop, Lavinia said. You can't go over the foul line. The rules say don't bowl over the foul line. You don't see me bowling. Do you? Rocky skidded over to a stop. Say, some of these circles have lit up letters. I've never seen anything like it. He bent to inspect. Come back, Rocky, shouted Gil. I bet we get a letter for every pin we knock down. Rocky ran and skidded back. The second he stepped onto the right side of the foul line, Gil bowled 1 ball, then another. Thorne's last pin down. What letter did you get? Shouted Rocky. Forget the letters until we knock down all the pins. Go, Lavinia! She rolled a ball down the lane as if she had been doing it for years. 6 pins fell. Then when Gil finished off the other 4, giving him the 5 he needed, Rocky was right behind him with the ball. He launched it as soon as the pins had reset. A strike. You're on a roll, Rocky. Finish up, said Gil, feeding him another ball. Rocky rolled 2 balls in rapid-fire succession, wiping out all 10. The team raced to the little circles on the lane. Each contained a lit-up letter. On page 145, here are the letters.